then was wide off a strong speed in Group 1 and battled hard across the line with subsequent Group 1 competitive horses against older mares. Look, draws out, but I think it just means better odds, top pick.
Jane, she looks relaxed.
Yeah, she is. She's paraded really well this campaign. I thought she looked outstanding at Caulfield. She's a filly with quality and she's continued to progress nicely. She looks terrific.
Horse number 5, Beauty. She's turning out to be just that for Tony McAvoy and Luke Curry.
Yeah, she's unbeaten. She was lucky to beat Fine Dane, I thought, first up, but she did the job. Of course, Fine Dane just ran well in the previous race again and has written by form. She then went to the Valley and did a great job after covering a bit of ground on a tough day for Same.
I said it at Moonee Valley last start. I thought she looked really forward in condition at Bendigo, but she's certainly headed in the right direction towards Moonee Valley and she keeps improving. So she's just a filly that's absolutely thriving on racing.
Number 1 is a late scratching. Number 2, Kalasa, Lindsay Park, Jim Crowley, drawn out, but strong form lines in all runs this spring.
Yeah, that's right. She was right on the heels of Wild Planet and Rainier at Flemington 2 runs ago. That reads exceptionally well now, doesn't it? They Quinella, of course, the Carbine Club. I thought she was beaten by a soft tempo at Caulfield. She chased hard, but Zizzy's held on. She's in the game.
Number 3, Zizzy's Patrick Payne, Craig Williams, Sticky Gate, returned to form last start, $120,000 Magic Millions buy.
Yeah, I think they'll use the gates and press on. She led last time. Look, she got a very easy lead, well below sort of class average, but did show a good fight at the end of the race, and that easily ties in Kalasa into a greater extent that Rainier form.
She's a better horse physically this campaign, but she's got a lot of energy in the yard. Gets a little bit on edge, but that's very typical of her. So parade's very similar to the way she did at Caulfield.
We move to number 6, Aristocratic Miss. Tony McAvoy, Dwayne Dunn found the 1,000 guineas too hot last time. A $25,000 national weanling sale. Graduate.
Yeah, I think she's the wrong price, 25 to 1. She's my second pick. She was wide last time in the same race as Meret. I have as a forgive run. Wasn't far off Maid of Heaven, a subsequent Group 1 winner in a hot flight stakes. Of course, that's a Hoodin fundamentalist form. Back to 1,400, but over the odds.
Okay, that is number 6, Aristocratic Miss for Tony McAvoy and Dwayne Dunn. And we move ahead to Tahitian Dancer. Horse number 8, Shane Nichols, Damien Oliver, wide draw, and the jump to Group 1 level last start looked too much.
Yeah, it was just an even effort, wasn't it? Look, her run prior is probably a better guide. She ran on well behind horse called Mystic Journey. Mystic Journey went to the Valley and won brilliantly. And again, the race rated enormous. So with the right toe into the race, she's some hope at a price for sure.
Yeah, $80,000 Gold Coast Magic Millions buy. Number 9 is Into the Abyss, John Thompson, Damien Lane, drawn very wide, $240,000 purchase from Magic Millions.
She was pretty keen on her last time. I think she should have won the race. She was no luck at a key stage, and 20 metres past the line, she's in front of them all. She was wide first up and only 3 lengths off, and now Group 1 winner Sunlight.
I had her as a horse to follow out of Moonee Valley last start, and I think the 1,400 metres is right up her alley. She's a filly that's got plenty of scope. She's really relaxed on race day, and she keeps improving. I don't think the team could have her looking any better.
That is Into the Abyss. We move on to number 10, Madame Rouge, Chris Waller, Hugh Bowman, improving and well-bred Zoostar filly.
Yeah, gave all last time. It was a tough track to run on, and she was able to do so. That was coming off 2 forgive runs when she pulled up lame in both of those. So has a case.
Okay, number 11, I'm So Sweet, Tim Hawkes, James McDonald, inside gate at a filly that cost $575,000 at Magic Millions by I'm Invincible.
Look, the tardy start was no help last time at the Valley, nor was the on-pace pattern. The Rosehill win had a lot of merit. She overcame difficulties to score. Again, not the worst.
We move to horse number 13, Pahutakawa, James Cummings, William Buick, and a good soft track winner last start.
It was a good return, wasn't it? She was back and wide, she ran over them and she ran away from them. 2 lengths the margin. Look, race didn't rate through the roof, but she did handle soft ground very well there.
Another that it looks like the step up to 1,400 metres is going to suit physically. She's a nice lengthy filly, and another one that was nice and relaxed given it's her first time here at Flemington. Does everything right.
Jen Rules is horse number 14, Peter and Paul Snowden, Karen McAvoy, 4th career start for this well-bred filly by Reduke's choice.
Didn't look overly adept on the soft ground last time. She did win on heavy on debut, but I've got some concerns there. I think this improving track helps. She does have some upside too.
Number 15, Persuader, Mick Price, Noel Callow, draws out, Mr. Place Getter, coming off a maiden win.
He had the right run, but won it well. Covered ground in the Valley prior to that in a strong form maiden. There's been 3 subsequent winners from it.
$360,000 Magic Millions buy. Kingsbrook is number 16. David Brightoak, Luke Nolan. What did you make of her maiden win last start?
Top return. Wasn't necessarily a day for off-speed runners. She got them and won easily. At the end of last prep, she's on the heels of Tahitian Dancer. So that clearly ties in here with Mystic Journey and some smart girls.
That is 16, Kingsbrook notation from Lindsay Park, Ryan Moore. She's talented, unbeaten in 2 runs.
Yeah, she was heavily backed on debut and looked good winning. Now, the race rated enormously well for maiden grade. It was no shock. She went straight to a 64 and won again, impressively.
And it's $240,000 Fastnet Rock filly from Magic Millions. Horse number 18, Honeysuckle Choice. Greg Urell, Corey Brown. They found the key to her last start.
Yeah, led, won well. Start number 3, it's only second up. I think there's room to move. Hasn't seen affected ground. I've got others ahead, though.
Okay, that's the situation for race number 6. And your tips for the precursor to the Melbourne Cup?
Look, I have to trust the Group 1 form, and Moret ran really well in it. Aristocratic Miss through the same race was a forgive run and crazy odds. Into the Abyss can win. Beauty next. Not a hope it ends there, but 12 on top, 6-9-1.
And you've got 2 mates, Gator. The Bees, Ben and Brent, have gone with Moret to Shane with notation. Into the Abyss, the selection for Matt. To your McCafe pick of the yard, Jane.
The horse that I really like in this race is the 9 Into the Abyss. I have to put my money where my mouth is. I thought she was a horse to follow from her last outing, and the step up to the 1400 metres absolutely suits her physically. She's got a little bit of scope. I don't think the team could have had her better presented today. So Into the Abyss for me on top. Couldn't fault the favourite Moret. She continues to progress nicely, and Kulasa was another one that looked really well in the yard.
So Into the Abyss, the selection for the yard by Jane Ivel. The Bet365 market update, and it has Moret a very, very pronounced favourite at $3.40 ahead of Notation, Beauty, Bahutakawa at $10 with Into the Abyss at $15 for race 6.
That's the placings in the previous. Moving forward, getting set for the curtain raiser before the Cup. Persuader about to go up riderless. Here's Notation coming forwards. Notation a pickup ride for Wayne Lorden. Tahitian Dancer about to come along, who's been racing out of her skin at the moment. Honeysuckle Choice with Corey Brown aboard, about to come along with Bahutakawa. Beauty, Kingsbrook is out behind the stalls with Jen Rules. Into the Abyss. So about 4 or 5 to get set over there at the 1400 metres on the tote. $3.50 Moret, Beauty at $5.40. And then you're out to Bahutakawa at $10.80. Notation as well at $9.40. Jen Rules goes in, Karen McAvoy. So the next one along is Beauty. And to complete the line is Into the Abyss. And the fillies locked away, 15 of them for the Jim Beam Black Stakes. Set to run. 1400 metres. Signal, gates crash back and away they go, and towards the middle Honeysuckle Choice away fairly but makes up ground between horses. Notation out quickly with Beauty, and also I'm So Sweet on the inside. Honeysuckle Choice improves to 4th with Kulasa. Into the Abyss, and they were followed by Kingsbrook as they settle. They were followed further back in the field then by getting through between horses Aristocratic Miss, and then came the inside Madame Rouge from Moret, who's forced out wide, is going to push forward. Then Zaziz, Jen Rules, Persuader, well back Tahitian Dancer, and towards the back of the field is Bahutakawa. So the leader coming up towards the turn is Notation by about a neck to on the outside Honeysuckle Choice. I'm So Sweet third. Into the Abyss the outside, followed by Beauty, who's tucked between horses in the orange caps. Zaziz out wider with Moret, followed by Kulasa, Madame Rouge the inside, and next in the field is Kingsbrook, and then towards the outside Tahitian Dancer. Jen Rules, the widest is Bahutakawa. So as they reach the 300 metres, it's Notation kicking for home by about a length and a half to a wall of them. Into the Abyss, Madame Rouge towards the inside. Here are the swoopers, Tahitian Dancer and Bahutakawa right down the outside. Madame Rouge at the 150. Bahutakawa with big strides. Bahutakawa moves up, takes the lead, and Bahutakawa's too good. Won it by over a length. Second ahead, Bobber. It'll be Madame Rouge from Into the Abyss, Tahitian Dancer. Then Aristocratic Miss, and behind those horses, Jen Rules is Kulasa. Further back in the field then was Beauty and Persuader and Moret, and Notation got tired. I'm So Sweet, Kingsbrook and Honeysuckle Choice.
James Cummings and William Buick's combine here with Pahuta Kawa, the daughter of Medaglia d'Oro. That's 3 wins from 5 starts. Back-to-back performances off what was a terrific first-up performance to win at Warwick Farm. She's done it on the biggest stage, Melbourne Cup Day here at Flemington, in super impressive style. $10.40, $3.30 the tote, $10 fixed, defeating Madame Rouge, the 10 at $4.40. Into the Abyss has run well at $4.10 with Tahitian Dancer close up, $13.10, $9 and $8.
Cold ride, strong win. She's on the upward spiral for sure. Just her 5th start, 2 for 2 this prep. Came off a soft track win at Warwick Farm and really surged lane. Today she gave them a start. She came to the outside and ran them all down. It was a good field too. So onwards and upwards from her. She's got a nice future. Madame Rouge was very good, very tough. Into the Abyss continues to race well. Another game effort from her. And Tahitian Dancer, who loomed to win. Just no match for them late, but battled on okay. The favourite had a torrid run, sort of 4 and 5 wide. We'll forgive that one. It might be next prep time for Moret.
William Buick is an absolute superstar on the global stage. He's had a phenomenal past couple of years, and it's amazing to have him riding here in Melbourne during Flemington Cup Week. Overall time here is 1:23.61, so we're just on 3 seconds outside of the long-standing course record. So this Flemington racecourse is simply remarkable, the way that it has recovered throughout the day. We touched a heavy 8 earlier. We're now back into the soft 7 range, and I think it is certainly improving. As I mentioned, William Buick, a global superstar, courtesy of Lucraft Super with Chris Simons.
Congratulations, William. You're here on the biggest day that we have in Australian racing. How good is it to ride a winner on Melbourne Cup Day?
Oh, it's fantastic, and you know, I'm obviously very lucky to come down here and get to ride for Godolphin, and of course James. You know, it's very nice of him to put me up, and you know, she's a live filly and she won very well. I was quite impressed with her. She handled the ground beautifully.
Obviously, we've had a lot of rain in the earlier in the day, but it seems to have really drained well.
Yeah, it's riding well. I mean, it's getting through it. You know, it's probably just soft and no worse. And no, the track's in good condition, so done a very good job.
And are you here for the rest of the week?
Yeah, I'm here for the rest of the week. So no, all been well, hopefully.
Oh, well done, William.
Thank you very much.
Well, James Cummings, the winning trainer. 4th win for the Carnival, James. Congratulations to you and your big team, and she's a progressive filly.
She's a beautiful Medaglia d'Oro filly, and look, she's progressed nicely for us. It was a barnstorming win up the middle at Warwick Farm against the older mares, and I really like that coming against the 3-year-old fillies at stakes level today, that she could run a good race, but you know, William just had to go patient from the barrier, not risk being wide. She was just chiming in with big strides, like a really nice filly, and I think she's got a really nice future.
It's a nice advantage to be able to leg up a quality world-class jockey like William Buick.
Look, he got off the plane yesterday, and look, he's settled in pretty quickly. But he's got the nature of a really good jockey, a great temperament, and came out pretty calm. And he's never sat on her in his life, but he just sort of jumps on her, and she's 10 to 1 on the market here, so she's got to improve a lot to be winning a race like this, and she sailed home for him. So credit to Brenton Abdallah, who rode her nicely for us, fresh up, and William was able to do the job, so he can go back home and let them know that our horses run pretty well here for us.
And that you train pretty well as well. A little settler for the nerves building into the Cup?
Oh, look, it's, you know, it is a bit, but I'm not nervous for the Cup yet. I think that probably not until I leg Glenn Schofield up will I sort of start to feel that. But Avilius has gotten off the float. He's been under the best of care. I've been really happy with his preparation, and he looks pretty calm around there. He's having a bit of a look around in the pre-parade, and he'll be parading well here. I'm sure he's ready to go.
Super win to you and your team. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
James Cummings continuing his fantastic carnival. He's leading the chase for the Bart Cummings medal, I should say, for leading trainer throughout the week. I'll just get a word from Chris Waller shortly on the performance of the runner-up. Just chatting with connections there, but we'll catch up with him in a moment. But 13, 10, 9 and 8, and that was a really good performance there by Pahuta Kawa for the Godolphin team. Could I just get a quick word? Track upgrade to soft 6, Chris, as I talked to you just briefly. Your mare there, Madame Rouge, ran really well for a runner-up position.
Yeah, she went terrific. She's still on the way up, and we're still learning about her, and she put in a winning burst, and there was another one out wider that also did the same. So lost nothing and running second in a group race on Melbourne Cup Day, and you'll certainly see a lot more to come with Madame Rouge.
Been a good day for the stable thus far with the win earlier on the card. What's your latest thoughts on Youngstar ahead of the Lexus Melbourne Cup?
Just hoping for the best, really, Shane. What's so great is just seeing this track improve so quickly. That's a credit to the club, credit to Liam O'Keefe and his team. And we went out and walked the track earlier, and the grass is just it's picture perfect. I put my hand on it, tried to lift it up. It's rock solid, and it's no surprise to seeing upgrades, and that's what international racing should be about.
Good luck in the big one, Chris.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks, Shane. Look, nice win. I think they might have found the key to this girl, Pete. Cold rides, soft tracks.
Yeah, you know, she was impressive. She's a lovely big scopy filly, and conspicuous last most of the trip there, and peeled to the centre and just let down very nicely, didn't she? The ground didn't concern her at all. I wouldn't lose any interest in the notation there. I thought she did a good job.
Yeah.
You know, third run at the races, and travelled nicely, and when asked to extend off the bridle, she probably just didn't cope with the conditions. But maybe we've seen what's going to happen here very quickly for the remainder of the day. This winner out on the centre of the track, and I would suggest that most riders are going to be looking to angle there, and you know, be lucky to find one within 6 or 8 of the fence probably come cup time.
Yeah, that's it. I think you'll find it's going to be challenging to lead, like the old Flemington, challenging to lead and win. So I think notation has run quite well also. Runner-up was good, Madame Rouge. She's still got some upside, only her 7th career start. She came through that Reginald Allen race in Sydney, so she's got some ability too.
Yeah, for sure. I think you'll probably find a fair bit of form come out of this race. You know, there's only 3 or 4 lengths first to about 12th there, and we indicated before the race it was a very even spread of horses. The form lines from different parts of the country, I suppose, and a lot of provincial form here in Victoria, and the winner coming off a Warwick Farm maiden to boot. So, you know, a few of these might stand up, and I think you can probably see a bit of change in the form too, back on top of the ground as well.
And your girl ran okay with that raving?
She didn't. She was one that Luke Nolan, even though she'd had a couple of soft track wins, Luke Nolan said she just didn't let down under the conditions either. So forgiving there and looking to get her back on top of the ground a bit more so.
For sure. Hopefully good luck to you going forward with her. All right, Brent, pre-parade, here he is.
Well, Thady here with Muntaha. How has he arrived on course?
Yeah, he's actually arrived well, you know. It was a pretty heavy rain in the box journey over here, but he's got here well, and for a horse who can often slightly butt under the pressure, he's like an old lamb in there at the moment.
Is that a positive sign then?
Yeah, most definitely. No, I think he can be happy. The hood makes a real difference to him, and because he's got that on, he's just quiet as he can be.
The rain that we have has been significant. How do you think that will affect his chances today?
Well, you know, obviously I think we would have slightly less rain, but he's a horse who'll slightly go on anything as long as it has what we would call like good to soft, good to firm. So hopefully, you know, by the time of our race, it'll have dried up a little bit, and I hear the track drains very well, so I don't think we've got too many complaints about it.
How are the confidence levels?
I don't know about confidence. The nerve levels are pretty high, but we'll see. Maybe they translate to one another.
All the best.